Hi folks, Mr. Long here with a screencast about arches. Well, the math of arches. Here we go. Let's see. So this is about arches. And so we've got a problem with a bridge that's 84 meters wide and 30 meters high. And it's parabolic, of course, in shape. I guess I didn't say that, but I probably should have. We're going to do A and then part of B, and I'll get it set up, and I think you can do B, although there's no question like B in your homework. Okay, so 84 meters wide and 30 meters high. Let's draw a sketch. So I do want to orientate it so it's nice and easy to work with. So I'm sensing that probably I'll have the origin. There's Y and X. And this location, so if it's 84 meters wide, that would be X equals 84 at that x-intercept. That's X equals 0. The height of the bridge is 30, and therefore that's 30 there. And then the x value at the vertex would be half of 84, or the average of 0 and 84, which is 42. So the vertex is at ordered pair 42, comma 30. So we don't have an equation to work with yet, and so before we can tackle part A, we need to come up with an equation. So our general equation in factored form is y equals a bracket x minus x-intercept 1, 0, 1, x minus z2, or the second x-intercept. To solve an equation, I can only have one unknown. So in this equation, I've got, and I'm just going to come up here, and maybe do it in a different color. I've got y is a value, a is a value, x is a value, z1 is a value, and z2. So algebraically, I need to have, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items, and I need to get to figure out 4 of them. So the first question is, do I have a y value on the curve that is not at the intercept? So I can't use 84 or 0. Well, 84 is an x value. I can't use that because it has a y value of 0. But I do. The y value I know in an ordered pair. And by the way, I'll just maybe highlight that or circle that. This y value and this x value must be an ordered pair, x comma y on the curve. So I do have one. There's 30. That's a y value, and it matches up with an x value of 42. Do I have a z value, z1? Yes, I do. It's right there. It's x equals 0. And the other one is x equals 84. And look at that. So now I need to substitute everything in and solve for a. So I just put everything in the equation. 30 equals a, and then bracket 42 minus 0. 42 again is x minus 84. And if you notice, we're going to end up with 30 equals a multiplied by 42 multiplied by negative 42. By the way, that will always be the case when you are using the vertex to figure out a. You'll always have those two but opposite in sign. So when we work through that, you're going to end up with 30 equals a times by negative 1764. When I divide both sides, I will end up with a equals 0.017. So I'm dividing, oh, it's a negative 2, negative 0.017. I'll just maybe make a note of that so you can see. There's my a value. Okay, now I can finally do part A. So let's go to the next screen. So 10 meters wide. So part A is to find something that is, will a boat pass through that is 10 meters wide? So it's 10 meters wide. From there to there it's 10. And it is, from there, there to there, it is 27 meters tall. Okay, my equation, by the way, is y equals negative 0.017, x minus 0, x minus 84, And just so you know, I don't always have to have x minus 0 because that just doesn't need to be there, but sometimes it helps people remember what each of the values in the equation represent. Okay, so that's our equation. It says, will this boat that is 10 meters wide and 27 meters tall pass through? Well, let me see. If I can figure out what that y value is right there on the curve, and I could figure out if, so what I need to do, I guess, is figure out for this x value here, what is this x value? I know that halfway is 42, so to add on here, I would have to add on 5, because it's 10 wide, so that would be then 47, right? So if the y value when x equals 47 is more than 27 meters, the boat can pass. We just want to see, if it's less than 27, then the boat's going to be like right there, for example. Okay, then the 27 actually might be right here. And then there's lots of space in between, so it can pass at those x values. Okay, so let's try that. So I'm going to substitute in x equals 47. Y equals negative 0.017 times x, in our case 47, multiplied by 47 minus 84, and we'll end up with a y value of 29.56 meters. So that means the distance from the surface of the water, because the surface of the water is right here, right? The distance from the surface of the water to the curve, the parabola, from here to here, is 29. That distance there is 29.56 meters, which is greater than 27 meters. Therefore, it's safe. The boat can pass. And I think in terms of your work for today, that's all you need to do. So what I'll say is I am going to go, will I add one? Yeah, go one more, just to look at the last question. In the last question, part B says, how wide can a boat be if it's 25 meters tall? So I want you to think about that. So what we know is, so that's 30. So what I'm trying to figure out is, if that's 25, I need to figure out those intersection points, right? So, let's see. And that vertex is at 42. So I need to figure out when the graph is equal to 25. The y value is 25. Or in other words, 25 is negative 0.017, x minus 0, x minus 80. So if I was to expand that out and use the quadratic formula, I could figure out what those x values are. X equals, and then following that, I would be able to subtract them and get the width of the boat. So a boat that is 25 meters tall could be that wide and get the answer. Now I'm going to leave that up to you to try and figure out. You can try that after you do your homework tonight. All right, so that's it, folks, for arches. You may want to you might want to look over this video again before you do the homework. But anyway, good luck. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.